How's it going, people? And welcome back to the Jumper Punch. I'm Mars, and we've got a very special episode tonight. I thought we'd bring on Andy from the Ankle Sore Podcast. I know everyone loves him in the Carlton community. Some people don't like him. Some people don't like his opinions. I think his opinions they could be divisive. You could say that, but I tend to agree with him on a lot of things that he has to say. It. People know who I am. People know my thoughts. There was a bit of technical difficulties before jumping on. I'm like Chris Judd now. I got a like a tampon in my nose. How's everybody in the chat? There's 26 live viewers in here. So if I sound a little bit funny, it's because I've got a tissue in my nose because my nose it's just been pissing blood. So that's weak as piss, Mars. Or as like Frankie Evans when he got his head split open by Stephen May and Mars got kicked out of the MCG. But no, this is a very special one tonight. I thought, why not? Let's bring on Andy. I saw his video after the trade period. A good 7-minute video that one was. A lot of people commenting, had a lot of comments, a lot of people disagreeing, and a lot of people agreeing. I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. If there's anyone that knows what that feels like, go watch me after Brisbane giving the players an absolute spray. Yeah, clap them off. Same shit every week, Blues. But yeah, hello to everybody in the chat. This will be interesting, 100%. Ruck. Bring on the Ankle Sore. He'll be coming on. Frankie, thank you for becoming a new member. Jacana, how you going? Lou Folino. Harrison, Snapper gave him an absolute baking a couple of nights ago. Tell Snapper I'm sorry. He's a Collingwood supporter. Rockomoro, Mars literally bleeding for the club. I'm serious. If I take this out, it's just pissing blood. So it's actually funny. Fuck Spurs. Enzo Valentino, I'm very well. I am well. Ciao, Angelo, newcomer. How is football? I haven't seen him in the chat. We've got to catch up again. Good day, Riser. But bleed for Ainsworth, 100%. But let's bring him in. Let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Andy from the Ankle Sore Podcast. Andy, how are you? How you feeling?
I've been better, Mars.
I know.
And it's not Carlton related. It's not Carlton related, which is unusual.
God. It is unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So I've got the man flu, everyone. So just bear with me, please.
You've not done a Harry Mackay, have you? You've turned up.
Nah, mate. I told you, I'm not Harry Mackay. I don't give up. If I say I'm coming, I'm coming. That's it. Like that, P Hart.
So where do we start, Andy? Where do we start? So we got your trade.
Let's start with Harry Mackay.
You want to start with Harry Mackay?
Let's get straight into it.
Let's lead away.
I've heard people saying it's Harry Mackay's forward line now. Is it?
It is his forward line.
Yeah, because we've got nothing else. Let's be honest, right?
Yes.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Mars. He gave up for 6 rounds when Curnow was there and Kemp was there. What's he going to do when they're not there? Kemp's going to miss half the season. Curnow's gone. You think he's not going to give up again? Of course he is. And we're relying on this giraffe. Yeah, great, Hudson O'Keefe. He's got to replace Pitnet. Oh my, it's a mess. Oh, mate.
He's all right. The man flu's got to his head. It's intensified everything here. It's intensified everything.
I mean, I just can't understand what's going on at that club. Like 3 of our top 10 players are gone, right? We didn't play finals with them.
I agree. I want to get your honest opinion on the trade that occurred. So the Charlie Curnow trade that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
How do you actually what's your honest opinion on that? Did you think it was a good trade or?
I'll be honest. I thought it was one of the most horrendous trades I've ever seen. Don't worry about the 3. Mind you, do you know what we gave back? Wasn't it pick 20-something and 30-something? It's like, it's not like we didn't give anything back either. It's like, come on.
A future second, yeah.
Like, come on. We need these points for Cody Walker and Harry Dean. And, mate, we're not using picking 9-11 this year. So I don't know what they did with getting pick 9 or pick 11 or whatever it was. Like, what are we using that on?
So
one's for
I'm
Harry Dean.
guessing-
What's the other one for?
So I reckon that they might trade into next year. I think you can still trade for next year in the draft.
Of course you can.
Yeah, so I reckon that they'll trade into next year. They'll get Ison as well, and they'll get one of the NGA Academy players that they've got down there as well. But I reckon that they will trade that future into a future maybe first, right? A lower
but with
future.
who? That's the thing. That's the thing. Who are they trading it with?
Correct. Who is it with, right? And
then
maybe
go back to Hawthorn again.
They reckon they're going to hold that. Yeah. They give us back the.
No, well, I don't know. I'm just like, what do you still continue? Sorry, I cut you off because I've got something to say about the Charlie Curnow trade, which is
that is fine. But you called the club, so you called Carlton the weakest club in the AFL, bar none.
Yep.
Now, what
do
you mean by that? Is that go?
Okay.
The floor is yours.
All right. There was about 25 years ago, there was a guy called Nick Stevens, right, who played for Port Adelaide under Mark Williams, who wanted to go to Collingwood, right? Collingwood at that time were a top side, top 4 side. Port Adelaide said, you're not going to Collingwood. We're not trading you to a top side. You can go to Carlton. We'll let you go in the preseason draft. We don't want anything for you, but you're not going to a top side, right? So what happened? We got Nick Stevens, and we thought, oh, great. Finish last the next year again, right? What did Port Adelaide do? Win the premiership. It's like, why are we making Sydney better? And not considerably better. They're a premiership chance next year with that, if he decides to play, which he will, because he just doesn't want to be at Carlton, right? So why are we making a side that played in the 2024 grand final, why are we making them better? I don't get it.
It's a fair point.
Get it.
It is a fair point.
You know, I mean, you want to talk about weak, Mars? We went and got Ollie Florent. He's on $700,000. He could not get a game at Sydney, right? I'd be saying to Sydney, no. Mate, we'll give you a future fourth and you're paying half his wage, or you're not getting Charlie Curnow. I'd play hardball, but instead they relented. Next year we're paying Ollie Florent $700,000. Couldn't get a game for the Swans. Mate.
Do you reckon? Look, all right, I'm going to put it this way. So with the Ollie Florent, right? So say we gave up a third rounder for him, yeah. So we're happy to take on his wage of 700,000 or whatever it is, high 700s, right? Mm-hmm. What can he bring into this team that we don't already have? Now, a lot of people are saying, look, he's not the best kicker football of the footy. I don't think he's too bad. I think he's better than what we've got at this current time.
I agree. I agree with that.
Look, it's not like going to be.
Like, he's not a bar low. Let's be honest.
Yeah. No. He's not a world beater. He's definitely not a world beater, right? But I think that he can free up Ollie Hollands back onto the wing. Now, I don't know your actual thoughts on Ollie Hollands at halfback or on the wing, but I think he's better as a winger than he was at a halfback flanker, right? So I think that can help there. I mean, do you agree? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I think that can help.
No. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that, but just be smarter about it. Like, taking Ollie Florent meant they could get Curnow. They could pay his wage, right?
Of course, yes.
It's like, why are we helping them? Like, you've got to fight. I mean, look at Essendon. Whether right or wrong, they kept Zach Merritt, to prove a point. Hey, we're not giving them the Hawthorn so they can win a premiership next year, It's like sometimes I think you got to stand your ground, And I don't know, it made me sick, mate, when, the Sydney, especially like, what's his name? Connor Sports. What other? Robbie D'Orazio?
Paul Connors? Yeah,
Paul Connors and Robbie D'Orazio, like just strutting around like they own the joint. Mate,
he fist pumped
when
he got the deal done.
Of course he did. He did.
Got his man where he needed to be, and that was it.
Of course, he sucked us in. Of course, I promised the world, and we get nothing. Right now, I have heard with all these draft picks, they're making a play at Butters next year.
Yeah,
and that's fine, no problem. What about this year? Why couldn't we make a play this year? What's the difference? If he leaves next year, well,
that's what I thought. Is if they got the trade, if they got the trade done, sorry to cut you off, but if they got the trade done earlier in the day, they could have made a genuine play on Butters and given the future first, another first, and got Butters in. That's what I thought was going to happen, and it didn't eventuate. I know that we did make a move for Humphrey, but it just it didn't. They didn't budge. I mean, they'd want the world for Humphrey as well, and I mean, I don't know. Look. I think we won the trade period overall, but what we gave away, and I'm happy for you to disagree. I think that we won at overall, meaning what we brought in is probably what we needed, but what we gave away. Look, you're losing an A grader, potential A grader, and then you lost Silvani, who was good, who was very good down back.
But Mars, I'll put it to you this way: so St Kilda gain. Tom De Koning's their number one ruckman now, right?
Yep.
Jack Silvani becomes their second best defender.
Yep.
And Charlie Curnow becomes Sydney's best forward.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing here? Why we're making other teams? Like, I get the Tom De Koning one. I said it all year. We can't be paying 1.7. I get that. But, like, so, and people were roasting me in my video saying, oh, but you said get rid of Charlie Curnow. Yeah, that was before De Koning was done and Silvani was done. Mate, you got to look and go, hey, we can't gut the team. If that's the case, let's get rid of Cripps. Let's get rid of Weathering. Let's get rid of Walsh. Like, what's the point, right? Like, our best backman, the second best backman now is Lewis Young. Come on.
Well, he is our second centre half back, or he could imagine if he starts playing games next year again. We have to turn it back to 2023. Lewis Young, he probably will.
What do you mean? Imagine he's playing next year. Harry Dean probably won't be ready. Yeah,
I've seen in the comments, right? So Rocco Moro goes on to say, "We got maximum value for Curnow. It happened at the right time." Now, what do you think could? Because I know that you're not happy with the trade, and obviously that you vented your thoughts, right? So what else would have liked? I know everyone's going to say you're going to say Goulden, one of those, maybe a Heaney or a Warner. I did also hear you say Blakey as well.
Yeah, I would have started with Goulden, right? And they would have said no, of course. And I would have said, no worries, a couple of first-round picks and Blakey. Like, that's exactly what we need. Yeah, Florent's okay, but Blakey's a star, compared to Florent.
Would you have
play hardball? No, he's just a midfielder. It's 300 in the AFL. Like,
of course.
He's, you know what I mean? Like even Haywood, I know you love Ainsworth, Mars, and that's a good get in itself. That's a good get, right? Don't get me wrong.
I think it improves our forward line. He's not a needle mover, but he just helps. He helps to what we don't have. I don't think he's not a superstar. Don't trust me. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. This is water. Look, it's not vodka yet. It'll probably be vodka turning into whiskey next year, halfway through the season. But he's not a needle mover.
Halfway through round one, mate.
Yeah, probably again. But he helps. I think he helps. We don't have him. We don't have a player like him.
No, I agree. Now, so my big thing was, we spoke about Nick Stevens earlier, right? Mate, send Charlie Curnow to West Coast and get Ali Reid.
Imagine.
But you don't want to be a Carlton, that's fine, but you're going to West Coast. You're going to the bottom side, mate. We don't care where you go. You've got 4 years, buddy. You're not out of contract. You can't dictate. Like, that's what sort of pissed me off a bit, right? Like, the fact that for 2 years he didn't play, he was paid well, and it just frustrates me, that Carlton looked after him and put him in cotton wool at every opportunity and always make excuses for him, and, he wants out of there. Now, I've got a question for you, Mars.
Yes. So
if Zach Butters comes across next year, right? Say everything's fine, which is a great result, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Do they renew Michael Voss's contract? Because that could be a prerequisite. Hey, we've got Vossi here, we've got Chris Davies.
Oh, to get Butters?
To get Butters, yeah. To get Butters. Not because he's a great coach. I think of him, but
no, it's all result driven for me, to be honest, in the way we play football, and if we become a more consistent football team, as they've alluded to for a long time, and we've been vastly that we've been inconsistent. We've been the latter.
100%. So if Zach Butters says, "I'm coming, but Vossi's going to be the coach," what do we do?
Well, if he's going absolutely shithouse, definitely not. But if he's
So we don't
going,
get Butters then.
well, then it is what it is, and we make a play for someone
No,
else.
I'm just saying because
definitely
I'm
not.
just putting it out there because
He's not holding. He's not holding a club to ransom. Well, the club to ransom to keep Voss, so he can come.
I hope not.
No,
Touch wood,
I
wood, mate.
and I don't think so. I just don't think that Graeme Wright works like that. And I know you gave him some praise, but what? Sorry, what was that?
No, he disappointed me through the draft period. Like, what was he?
Yeah, so I know you gave him some praise before the draft period, and then you've done the three. Is it the 180? Because you can't
180. The 180.
360, you come back to where you were before.
Can't do it.
So you've done the 180, and you're not happy with the draft period.
I should give him a 450 splash. Let me tell you.
But why?
Nah, because he was meant to come in and rule with an iron fist, right? And make the hard decisions that no one had the guts to make, right?
Yep. So
that is sack Voss, seriously consider trading Curnow or Mackay, right? I know we got rid of Curnow, but bloody hell, Mackay, I don't know about him anyway. But, like, he was just sitting there and it's like, he just looked like, I was like, what are you doing there? Like, I don't say Andrew Welsh at Essendon, right? He must have told them under no circumstances we trade them. They can kick and scream unless we get a top 3 player at Hawthorn. We're not trading him, right? So that's what Wright should have done. But no, the Sydney guys come in. That killed me when they all shook hands. I was like,
"Oh, you knew that was going to get done towards the end, right? You knew. You were just waiting. Were you optimistic that maybe we could keep him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because what? Okay. So what's he going to do, right? So he's got to play, right? Or else his career's over.
Right.
Like Jamara, they can rip up his contract. You're going nowhere, mate. Yeah. You can go to Sydney when you're 31, but they won't want you anyway. And I mean, it's kind of like he owes us more than we owe him, I just feel that. So what happens if we kept Charlie and made a massive play for Butters this year, right? Say gave Chera or whatever a couple of draft picks, whatever it is.
Would you take
that changes
Chera?
A lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, look at Port Adelaide with the other forward line, right? They had Butters, Rosie, and Hall Francis, and they finished below us. Hey, you need goal kickers. And I'll go as far as saying that I reckon Georgiades is a better forward than Harry Mackay. So, mate, what an asset to give to Sydney.
He is a big. Look, it is. You're not going to replace it. Let's be honest. And all the Carlton fans that are in here right now and then watching this later, right? You're not going to replace Charlie Curnow. It's how you got to work around
how you move forward, right?
Correct, right? Exactly. And this is why
this has got nothing to do with him.
No.
Yeah, I don't care whether he stayed or went, but don't give him to Sydney. Give him to a bottom 4 side. Like, come on. Send him to Melbourne. We could have got Petrarca maybe. Like, what happened to Petrarca last year? The word was Harry Mackay for Petrarca, and they panicked. Why?
Would you swap?
He's not even the same.
Curnow,
straight swap, mate.
Straight swap,
and
with
then Petrarca.
Picks going either way or something like that.
Straight swap. They're similar age. One's a Coleman medalist, one's a Norm Smith medalist. Like, everyone's happy, and that's it. Like, just do that. Yes. Hey, stay in Geelong, Charlie. Like, instead, we give him to Sydney.
Look, as I said before, he's going to be tough to replace goal-wise and output-wise. We know what he can do on his year, on his day. He's the best forward in the comp, if not the second best to Charlie,
on
Jeremy
his day,
Cameron, right?
Absolutely,
and we know that.
100%.
And look, I'm not naive to think that. And I'm not naive to think that he's going to go to Sydney and he's probably going to flourish there, to be honest. He's probably going to kick 60-odd goals next year, right? You'd be a bar injury, he's going to kick 50+ minimum. That's the minimum bar set, right? But it's now what we've got now. So we look in the rearview mirror. He's gone, right? The rat's gone out of the club. And I think that his manager, I just want to touch on as well, that do you think that his manager, it was all manager driven, like he poisoned the waters?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he led the charge
Yep.
to
Of course.
poison the waters between the fans and Charlie.
100%, mate. 100%. Remember, he works for Charlie, not Carlton. Right?
Correct. Yes.
So, I mean, this didn't happen, after round 24. This happened, mid-season. I'm telling you,
Oh,
because
it's
he missed the
mid-season.
last 6 games.
No, it was mid-season. Before mid-season, yeah, he wanted out. He was happy to go.
You could see he wasn't interested. He wasn't getting the touch. 100%. 100%. I would have played him in the seconds.
Oh, but yeah,
Make him look like a goose.
When you got players kicking up a stink like that. And I know a few people have been saying in the chat as well, and in your comments as well, they've been saying that, look, you wanted everyone gone this year. I mean, you say that because you're emotional, right? But you want a lot gone. You want to replace a few players. But
I want something in return. Like we're giving some good players away. Very good. Actually, all the straight, come on. We're giving some very good players away.
So we've got let's say Ollie Florent is part of this deal as well, because I think it's all by part with each other, right?
I think it's I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
It's a split. They're split, but they're together, right? Haywood comes across.
Yeah, the money was
That was the issue, correct. Now, what can Haywood provide that Charlie can't? On average, he'll give you 30. He can give you 30 a year on average, just off.
Yeah, 1.25 a game. Yeah, but that's we need more than a goal a game. Like we need,
of course.
You know what I mean? Like we couldn't kick a score this year with. I know Charlie wasn't interested, but our forward line was broken this year. It was just, and a lot of that's got to do with the coach. But look, he's going to give us a goal. Ainsworth's going to give us a goal. I'm still strong on Cripps doesn't kick enough goals. Bontempelli kicks goals. There's big midfielders, mate. You need to push forward, buddy. You're pretty slow, so use your bulk in the forward line. Do something, especially next year going forward.
In the way that we play football, right, it doesn't enable him to go forward as much as we'd like him to. Like if you looked in previous years, he could get forward, but the way we played football last year, I thought we were really too contested reliant on the contest, and it didn't allow him to go up forward. I mean, I love to see him go up forward. I think he's great above his head with his hands. He can kick some goals as well. There was that year, I don't know how many goals. I think it was like 15 or 16 odd.
15. I mean, that's
I mean, if you get your mid
thing is. But Butters kicked 1 goal this year.
Yeah, I know.
I looked at that and I thought, we need goal kick. He's a star. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say no to Zach Butters, but we need goal. Look at Brisbane, right? Goal kicking midfielders. That's it. McCluggage, the brothers.
The
Bailey, goal kicking. The game's changed. It's not about, it's not 2023 where we could bash them up and win the contested ball. That's gone. That's long gone.
Yeah.
I
just don't think we have the midfield to do that. I don't think we have the caliber in the midfield to do that. And that's why I wasn't surprised that we didn't make a move this offseason for a midfielder. I think we did. I think we just couldn't get it done, to be honest. But I think we need a couple of handy midfielders. Now, look, I know he hasn't kicked the ball in anger yet, as Rocco says, but we've got Jagger Smith coming in next year who can give us a bit of drive. Hopefully, we don't know yet. We don't know. We don't know the starting product yet.
I said at the start of 25, Mars, right? I did my review or preview of the Carlton season. I said, where's the improvement come from Carlton? It comes from one player, Jagger Smith. That's it. It's not coming from anywhere else, right? So we're relying on an 18-year-old kid for us to play finals. Honestly, if you go back and watch it, I said we're relying on a guy that hasn't played the game. That's how bad we were, right? The way we finished 2024, that final was disgusting, right?
That's pathetic.
We've gone and got Jagger Smith. I've seen him playing the under-18s. He looks like a star, right?
Yeah.
But he's the only improvement. We're not getting improvement from anyone else at the club. We've seen the best of Charlie. We've seen the best of Wiedering. We've seen the best of Cripps. We've seen the best of McCoy. We've seen the best of Walsh, It's not like they're elevating
go to
themselves.
Another level? Can Walsh go to another level?
No, because in 2023, he was at that level. In those finals, he was unstoppable, right?
Oh,
He's just been injured. So he's another one that It's like, don't get me wrong, I love Walshy, but you can't be injured every year. It's the same story every year, you know, and it hurts us.
It's just that pre-season. He can never get a clean run at it, and we're hoping.
Can never get a clean run.
I think he's put on about 6 or 7 kilos in the off season as well. So I think that's the tough at his. I think that's to go around the core as well for his back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah,
hopefully that helps because we need him, mate. We need him.
Yeah, well, mate, he's definitely a needle mover in our club, and I think him and Jagger Smith can give something that we haven't had for a while and work together as a two-punch combo. But again, it's just that midfield that goes into the forward line. Now, look, albeit I know we lost Charlie, but I think I don't know your opinions on Motlop and Frankie Evans and and Zach Williams, but do you think it's a more dynamic? I know this word has been shoved down everyone's throat at the moment. I led with it about 4 weeks ago, right? And it's just been shoved down everyone's throat, right? That we are a more dynamic forward line. And now that the club is starting to put out that narrative. So, look, do you think that we can be a more like we haven't seen it in action yet, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Right. But just off
potentially,
just off theory,
yeah.
And off what we've seen from these players, it's a different look going into your forward 50.
Of course it is. Of course it is. If you get rid of the most dynamic player and you replace him with 2 or 3, like Frankie Evans was a great find for peanuts, you know.
Fantastic towards the end of the year. Best player.
I think that's my point, Mars. Like, you know, we're paying the likes of Frankie Evans, you know, 200 grand, the minimum, 230, whatever it is, right?
Yep.
And he's not going to be any better or worse than Florent, maybe better if anything, right? And you know, we're paying this guy 700 grand just to give Charlie Curnow to Sydney. It's like, it doesn't sit well with me, you know?
Yeah, I can see.
I would have liked to see, you know, I'm happy to get Florent, but mate, Sard's got to go. One's got to go. Like he's just.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is that they've probably future-proofed yourself for the next, let's say 5 years, right? Let's say 4 or 5 years. And I'm as of the opinion if Sard was to have his contract done if it was up this year, he would have retired.
Yeah. That's true.
I think he would have retired. So I think that's a natural progression is that we bring in Florent. Look, halfback flanker. Look, he can push into the midfield as well, and he can give you goals.
Yeah, he's a goal kicker.
So I think that's one part of our side where we don't get enough goals as well. Our midfield, obviously, but off halfback, you know, you want your one every few games. I'm not saying kick a goal every game because it's not the way we play footy. But mate, when's the last time Sard kicked a goal? It was in was it Essendon? I mean, he's kicked probably 3 in his
career. He had that great game. Yeah, I was going to say
Zach Williams doesn't count.
He looks attacking, but he's not. Yeah, true. But like, also, I've seen Carlton's best 23. You know, you've seen them on social media, and I see Cooper Lloyd as emergency or interchange. And I'm like, mate, he's in their best 23. Surely he's in their best 23.
I think he gets a start. Yeah. Who goes?
Like, what are we doing with this kid?
Out on the bench.
Well, mate, you know who goes out for me? Hack Williams. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what shits me the most about him, right? The last 6 weeks. Played for his life.
Yeah, of course.
Turned it on because it's the end of the season. Didn't want to get traded, delisted. Mate, go watch him against Richmond in round 1.
Oh.
When it counts, he's a pea-heart.
Yeah.
I can't stand him, mate. 900 grand for that donkey.
Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton. That's all he cares about, mate. Look, I know he gives a heart and soul and all that, but when you're bringing on players like that, a halfback flanker trying to turn him into a midfielder, you expect a lot more from him. And he hasn't given what his contract's warranted. So, and look, to be honest, what he's on next year is astronomical money. I know it's all back-ended, but $1.4 million is just, it's ludicrous. Whoever agreed to that deal, it would have been Brad Lloyd or whoever, and look, like Nick Austin was part of it. They need to, mate, right the wrongs. I don't know how, and I think they are. They're trying to, but...
It's too late.
Would you keep him on? Let's say if he has a good year next year, would you keep him on?
No.
I personally wouldn't either.
I've seen 4 years. I've seen 4 years. Yeah. Like, again, if you play the percentages, right, he's going to get injured at some point, right?
Agreed.
That's it. And if he doesn't get injured this year, it won't matter because we're doing nothing anyway. Yeah. Like, it's not like we're fighting for a premiership next year in 26, you know? So it's kind of like, 27, mate. We're going to have Butters, supposedly. Jagger Smith's going to have a year underneath it. Like, we need to move past. Your words, mate, your words. Not putting words in your mouth, but I'm just saying. We need to move past these players, you know?
Oh, we do.
Like
I think I don't think McGovern should. I don't think McGovern warrants a contract for next year, to be honest.
I think he does now that we've lost Silvani, honestly.
All right. And because we didn't get Buku Kamas, I'm actually disappointed that we didn't get Buku Kamas.
I'm disappointed too. Now, let me ask you a question, Mars.
Yep.
There was a guy that plays for GWS who was looking for houses in Melbourne. Carlton don't need defenders, or just Leah just didn't fit the bill, or what?
How much are you paying him? I know, and now I know you're going to say you paid Ollie Florent $700K. He's a good
We're paying Lewis Young. We're paying what's his name? Hack Williams 1.4. Mate, it's worth a shot at the stumps. 3 contract.
I wouldn't mind that play. I think he's a good. Well, what pick was he? Wasn't he a high draft pick, like pick 6 or something like that, or higher?
Oh, something like that. Top 10, I think. But why don't we make a play with him? We need defenders. Like, I don't get it. Why didn't we do Buku Kamas? Why don't we get that done?
They are
like what?
Well, I think they put it on the table, the deal they didn't want to take, and then we just gave it to West Coast for Chesa. So, yeah, there you go. Lecalia was pick 3. So, yeah.
Well, mate.
And I remember the game he had against us where, what's his name? Where the Rolls Royce. Charlie kicked 3 goals. Yeah, mate, he was sitting on Charlie's head. Yeah. Albeit our entries were absolutely disgusting, like they've always been, right? But still, and again, this is what I mean is with the forward line now, you take away a tall, but maybe we play another tall with Hudson O'Keefe, right? But say we don't play 100%. Another tall, your eyes suddenly drop and they have to lower naturally because of the players that you have up there.
Well, logically, yes. That's, a logical person. But when you got an illogical coach who doesn't think that way,
Look, it's going to be...
Like, you keep saying Hudson O'Keefe, right? And I like him. Don't get me wrong.
I like him too.
He's got to be our first ruck. He's got to be our first ruck.
Well, that's what I thought he was. But apparently... apparently they've been talking about Hudson O'Keefe staying up forward this year. So, look, are we a square pegs round holes football club? Yeah, we're still.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's I've seen it my whole life. Well, not my whole life. Under Michael Voss, it's been a square pegs round Michael holes. Voss. But
under Brendan Bolton, under Mick Malthouse, keep going, under Dennis Pagan. Mate, he played Favola at full back once on Fraser Gehrig.
Yeah, how did that go?
Yeah, he kicked 5 in the first quarter. I was there. I'm watching. I'm going, what's this coach doing? Teach him a lesson. That's a good way. Well done, Dennis.
Leaks, footy IQ and skills aren't great. Okay, athleticism is top notch. I'm sure
okay, but he's better than Lewis Young, surely.
I think he is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
So I saw a guy get delisted today, and Jessica just brought this up. Johannesson just got delisted by the Dogs. He's only 32.
Yeah.
Would you? 32. Would you? I personally wouldn't, but I know his premiership experience. But I think he's just he's what we don't need. He's a line breaker, but he just bombs the ball all day.
That's true. But remember, we went and got Nick Haynes at 33 last year, so anything's possible with Carlton.
Well, yeah.
Where's Ryan Burton? Why won't they get Ryan Burton at 28?
I don't mind Ryan Burton, but look, he fits the age demographic. Look, he could have been a potential, and instead of Buku, you can't get Buku, you get Ryan Burton, and he kind of helps that Silvani role because he kind of plays the same way, doesn't he? So
he's at 6'4". He's not too big.
He's not the worst.
No, I think he's. No, and again, he'll be a rookie, and it's not like we're going to pay him a fortune either. He's going to be on a 1 year or 2 year deal, and it's worth a shot.
I've heard this.
Gold Coast have got Jamara. You want to talk about taking shots in the dark, and we can't get Ryan Burton? Come on.
We can still get him. He's delisted, so
we can still get him. Yeah, I'm just saying,
Bev Tone puts up, I'll cop flack, but I would get Frosty. Sam Frost could do a lot worse. So a lot of people have been saying that. I've been seeing his name float around, but Sam Frost. For me, no. For me, no.
For me, no.
I'd rather just keep Lewis
legally. Yeah, I know.
Mars hates Sam Frost. I just don't like him. I don't think he's look, I mean, we don't how many good footballers do we have, but it's just another hack to add to the list, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Might as well get Stephen May if that's the case.
Well, we haven't touched on these two is Campbell Chesser and Liam Reddy. So I don't know. What are your honest opinions on those two? I mean, Campbell Chesser he hasn't played much footy, been injured, and towards the end of the year he was okay. He was good. He played that good game.
I don't mind Campbell Chesser for a third-round pick. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Liam Reddy, who knows? I don't know. Haven't seen
untried, isn't he?
He's done nothing.
Untried, untested. So
untried, which it could be a diamond in the rough, But mate, Mark Pitnick going in as our first ruck. That's going to be brutal to watch. I'm not a fan. Never have been.
Don't like it?
I'll just put him down as a dumb footballer. I don't know. I know
feel like he's immobile.
Yeah, he's not like, I was thinking before we came on, we were talking about Hudson O'Keefe, and you were saying they're grooming him to play forward more likely than not, right? I'm like, mate, play him in the ruck like Tim English. Like, they persevered with him. He was skinny like Hudson O'Keefe, and he got battered from pillar to post, and eventually he became an All-Australian ruckman. It's like, I see a bit of English in Hudson O'Keefe.
Yeah,
can take a contested mark. He's got a bit of athletic ability.
Yeah,
so I'm just like, get him in the ruck. Let him see what it's all about, because it's not about next year. It's about developing next year. You ain't developing down forward, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's just a fair point. Zach R, he gets on my case, this bloke always. He said, I still think Marge is hating on Sam Frost just to be different. I just don't think he's a good enough footballer. He's just... And we're looking for better footballers. We're trying to improve the list, not stay.
Well,
stay still.
Neither the Hawthorn. They delisted him, right? So they don't think he's.
It tells you a lot. A team that wants to. I know that they got Barras and Battle as well, but look.
Yeah.
He's just not good. He's just not good enough. If you haven't watched him,
he's not.
You would not. But all right. Well, put it this way, right? So with Pitene in, I think it was towards the end of last year we played, or 23. 23, right? So we played some of our best footy when Pitene was a sole ruckman, number one. I think his advantage to TDK is that he's a great tap ruckman. He's top 5 in the comp with his tap work, right? So if he got better around the ground, just like he'd have to elevate a lot, I'm guessing, for you to be your number one.
Well, but is he going to elevate? Like, what is he? 29 now?
How old is he? I don't think is he that old? I think you're right.
I reckon he's about 29, right? I know ruckman take a bit longer, but that's just an excuse,
Yeah.
Mark Pitnet, here we go.
I'm pretty sure
29. Yeah, 29.
Well, can he well
Liam should be 30 mid next year. Yeah, Liam Reedy's the one that maybe you throw him in the deep end, and
he probably is going to start. He's probably going to start. He'll probably be our number one. Would you play with 2 ruckmen? I personally wouldn't.
Unless it's Hudson O'Keefe, but I wouldn't play with 2. Yeah. We can't afford to play with 2. We're not, we can't cover them. You know what I mean?
No way.
We're not that. Yeah, we're slow enough as it is. We don't need.
What do you? I'll ask your opinion on this. What do you make of the Boak signing? So he's joined the club for off-field position. I mean, what impact can he have on the culture, maybe from a culture point of view, professionalism kind of point of view?
Again, get Zach Butters, you've earned your money. That's it. You can't. So how's he going to improve Mark Pitnet? How's he going to improve Lewis Young? Like what? You know what I mean? Like,
does he improve the leaders that are already there? Can he make better leaders?
Well, I don't know. Cripps is meant to be the greatest leader of all time, isn't he?
I don't subscribe to that. I don't think
that, even though it might tongue in cheek, but no. But you know what I mean? Listen to SEN. They think he's a great leader, Cripps.
Yeah, okay. I'm of the other side. I think he's a
terrible leader.
By actions, like if I'm going out to war without verbal and just going headfirst into the contest, great leader. But with words,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like he's
Hopeless,
that captain. And I don't
Surely
feel like
Wiedering would be the one, right?
Me too. I thought Wiedering, or I'd go as far as saying Walsh as well, who can usher in the next generation of footballers.
100%. I just don't trust his body, to be captain.
Yes, and a lot of people, that's the knock. That's the knock.
That's the only knock
him.
on Walshy,
Yeah.
But Wiedering's the one. He should be leading that club, mate.
I personally think Wiedering too. If Walsh could stay, if we could get a crystal ball and he was 100% fit all year next year, 100%, he's your captain.
Yeah, no problem.
He's got that material, doesn't he? And I think the next one
100%.
under that should be Ollie Hollands. I think he's a leader on the field.
Ollie Hollands.
See? Now, because I go to the footy a lot, right? I go to every game of footy. All right, listen to me. Just listen to me.
Yeah, he's a good runner. He's a great runner.
No, it's not about that, right? So what I see on the field, then, because I'm always looking off the ball as well. This bloke, but I'm telling you right now, if you ever go back to the footy, right? If watch Ollie Hollands on field, right? And this kid is barking orders. I promise you. I swear on
good on him. Good.
But he just that he's a finger pointer, but he is. I feel like he's kind of an orchestrator. Like he is behind play. He's there. You go there. You're doing this and that. And the way he trains as well is phenomenal. Everyone should train like him.
That's fair enough, but mate, get in the gym because you can't hold your tackles. Get those spaghetti arms.
I agree.
Do something.
And the one, take some peptides.
Whatever it takes. Take the chance, mate. Your brother did.
The one we'll get to that. 100% we're going to get to that, right? But look, I think that
it's a moot point, Mars.
I know. If he puts on a bit of weight, yes. But I just think that he can be part of the group, the leadership group. I think he's one of those kids.
You might be right. You might be right. I saw him welcome Ben Aidenswood to the club, right?
Yeah.
And he did that well, as obviously they sent someone out, go and acknowledge him.
Yeah.
All right. That's the real needle mover, mate, the tribal chief.
Acknowledge me.
Even though he's struggling a bit, But anyway, that's another conversation altogether.
That is.
But yeah, like he's a good talker. I'll give him that. I just not for me. Not yet anyway. Look, I might be missing something with him.
That's fair. No, that's fair enough. But just the way that I watch off the ball as well. And he's one that I think that he can elevate into that. Hopefully, he can stick a tackle next year. Maybe he needs to get on the steroids.
Yeah, maybe one or two. Yeah,
he needs to get on the peptides. 100%.
I'm not vehemently disagreeing with you on that one, Mars. He might get better,
But that's
so I've got hope. But
that's what this is.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not many leaders out there, is there? And this is why I think the Travis Boak signing, whatever they call it, right? With a different take and on field, just coming off the field, I think that he can look at everyone and see in the preseason and go, okay, well, I like you, I like the way you act, and I like the way you do things like that. And I'm gonna put you forward, and this is what we're doing this year with your leadership group, and then your captain. No co-captains.
But what's that say about Cripps though? You know what I mean? Like, is that like a knock on Cripps? Do you know what I mean? Like a little bit of a knock, like bringing the next, like Cripps. The problem I got with Cripps, I could be way off, but he looks like a selfish player, not because he wants to play for himself. I don't mean that, but he doesn't make us better. Do you know what I mean? Like he'll always try and get the ball. Like sometimes, mate, just get in the way and let someone else get in, run through or whatever. He always needs to get it, and that's not always the best for us, Well, this is my pace,
My thing with him is that I don't think he can trust the players around him. That's why he does that.
Yeah, but if you haven't got trust with players on the football field, you're in trouble.
Maybe they're not good. In his eyes, maybe they're not good enough. Well, some players are not good enough around him. That's why he tries to take on about 3 or 4 players every time. And when he gets caught, you're just going, just give the fucking handball, Cripper.
Yeah, I know. So that's my point.
I know what you're saying. Trust me.
He's selfish, not for himself, but selfish for the team, right?
I agree.
Like, mate,
I agree.
give the handle away. You don't have the pace to run away. You can't. Very rare that you run away. You have to break a tackle to get away normally, right?
Yeah.
It's like use your outside runners, mate.
He's not in our next premiership. I hate to
No,
say
he can't
that.
be. He can't. Like,
I hate to say that, but I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I hate to say it too.
Point of view, and like on my wall, like fuck, you'll bleed for you die for him, right? He's that type of lead,
100%.
like that player,
100%,
right? He's got that aura about him, but I just don't think he'll be there to lead or just be in the team and win the flag. Who knows? I could be wrong, and we could be wrong.
You could be wrong.
We could.
I mean,
everyone
look at
else
our premiership
could be
captains. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm happy to be wrong, Mars. I'll be the first one to say I apologise. I know nothing about football.
I promise you, I'll go to Michael Voss, right, and I'll kiss his feet if we won a flag under.
I'll bow at him. Oh yeah, if we win a flag under him, I will bow at him. But if we don't even play finals, he's bowing to me.
Wow, definitely. What do you make of the Elijah Hollands? And I mean, we'll go on for a little bit longer because I just want to get your views on this, and then we'll wrap it up. But what do you make on the first? We'll go McGovern. So we'll start off there. McGovern not triggering his game clause to get a contract or the same contract for next year.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they can't give him a smaller contract, right? So like after what we've lost, we need to be holding on to McGovern for a reasonable amount. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
If he wants upwards of 400,000-500,000, see you later. Bye.
See you later. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be doing that. So, but seeing that we've lost all those players, I'd be keeping him.
So you're keeping him. So with the likes of Harry Dean comes in, Lockie Cowan, you got Newman back. You got Haynes.
We've also got Harry O'Farrell's out for the year.
Correct.
Kemp's out for half of the year. Like, the big man department's going to be, you get a couple more injuries, we're in big trouble. So, mate, you got to have some reserves, literally.
No, I agree to your stars are got to be fit, don't they? Though that's how you win
100%,
flags.
100%.
So 100%. I know people go depth and all that, but at the end of the day, your stars win you the flags. I don't care what anyone says.
They get paid the big bucks and they win you the flags. Yep.
Yeah. You watch it in all sports or every facet of the game. And mate, I was watching the baseball the other day and Otani, and you just look at this.
Otani,
Bloke's paid $1 billion. He came across, won a World Series, got it done. World Series done. And then yesterday, he probably had one of arguably the greatest games of baseball you'll ever see. He had 12 strikeouts, 3 home runs. He pitched
3 home runs.
Times. I mean, that's why you pay the big bucks, right?
That's a star. Yeah.
But it's who you pay it to as well. You got to identify the 100%. Talent, what they can bring to you, and then and I think we've lacked that. We've lacked that in the past. We
haven't identified the right talent to pay him the big bucks. We've identified,
and that's stars wise, not meaning the
salamis. $1 million.
Yeah. Oh. It's so frustrating. So would you keep him under 300,000? Okay, fair point. Look, I don't really care if he goes. If he was to stay, you're staying on anything bar 250, 300. All right, we'll get
250, 300, 350 max. Yep, go on. Yep.
Elijah Hollands. Now I want to start with the precedent that Graeme Wright came in and said that there's going to be a cultural reset. Things are going to be shaken up. Mm-hmm. That Graeme Wright is a bit of a bully. That's his demeanor. Mm-hmm. Do you think this is a Graeme Wright move and not a coach or coaching move? And you think this is a Graeme Wright move in the way that I reckon that he's told Elijah Hollands, you pack your bags. If you can't find a trade, it's bad luck. You've had your chances. That's what I think. I'd like to know your thoughts on the whole Elijah Hollands situation.
No, I tend to agree. Like, he got a second chance at Carlton, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he went to court in January when he came over and missed the first 4 games or 3 games or whatever, right? So that was his second chance.
Yep.
So what? We give him a third chance? No, he's not Wayne Carey, No. See you later. You've had your chance. Get out.
Yeah, I thought he had more than 2 chances. I thought he had a third chance already.
Maybe. Yes, he did. Like,
you think about it. He comes across from, sorry to cut you off, but he comes across from the
No,
Gold
it's okay.
Coast. There's your first chance. Your second chance is the
Yep.
start of the year. You stuff that up, and
At
then you
Carlton.
come back again the third year, the third chance. And look, what you're playing in the
Yeah, fair
VFL,
enough.
but I think that's just to try and get some trade value for him, to be honest, to try and
Quite
and get him
possibly.
out of-
Quite
He
possibly.
had no suitors.
But yeah, but like you said, mate, culture is everything at these football clubs, it looks like. And, mate, he's 23, 24 at the oldest. And he's a bloody good player. He's got the ability. But if he's a Clayton Oliver, got to let him go.
And I think it's the right decision to let him go.
Well, we've replaced him, haven't we? With Ainsworth and Haywood.
Ainsworth and Haywood. And
we've now replaced him. So
yeah. It had to be done. You can't bring in kids into this cultural environment now, and you're going to say, we want to change this, we want to do that, we want to do this, do that. Well, here's your first test.
Yeah. Here's your chance.
This is your first test, Graeme Wright. Show us what if you've got the cojones, if you've got the fucking balls, and you're going to put them on the line.
That's it.
Make the hard decision. And the hard decision was made on him, and he won't get it will pay him out for next year. And it is what it is. And I'm glad. I'm actually glad, because there's a no-nonsense attitude now that needs to be brought into this club. And I think Graeme Wright has brought in. I know that you haven't liked what he's done in the trade. You've liked some things, but not everything that he's done in the trade period, which is fair enough.
Correct.
But I think off the field, he's wiped out everyone that he could. Michael Voss, I know that he tried.
Staggered at that.
I know that he tried. Mate, we tried to get 4 clubs, 4 coaches.
Okay, who?
You got Chris Scott,
current coach. Yep, that's
Mackay,
not going.
McRae, not going to happen.
McRae, he's not going to happen. Yeah,
Fagan, not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Yeah.
And then you had Longmire, which they threw the book at him.
Nah, mate. Look, if history's taught me anything, new coaches win premierships, not recycled coaches.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Mate, I did a video on it, Mars.
Yeah.
I did a video. It's on the Ankle Sore channel, where the last 25 years, Lee Matthews and Mick Malthouse are the only recycled coaches that have recycled, right? Right. Even this year, the only one that was in contention was Damien Hardwick. He didn't win it. So
it's very hard for a tried coach, and especially a coach that's tried and been sacked to come and win one. There's only been 4 in history, and one was an assistant coach, was Pagan.
Yeah, and what people don't understand, or they need to understand about, secondary coaches, like coaches that have coached before. So they go to a new club. It's all nice, and the money's there, and it's great. Like, remember, they're out of a job, right? So if you give them $500,000, I'd take that. You'd probably take that too, right?
Yeah.
But then they get in there and they go, "Jeez, I just start all this from zero again. I've already done it once. I haven't got the energy to do it,
Yeah.
And they all fail. It's proven fact.
I know.
It's not me saying it. It's not me. It's the facts of the matter,
Fact. That's right. And if you present the evidence and the facts, this is what it is.
And this is what angers me about Carlton, right? Why are we going after John Longmire? I've just given you the facts, right? If we're going to analytics, let's be what's that baseball movie?
Moneyball,
right? That was all analytics, right? Yes, they didn't win, but they got right up there, right? So why aren't we going off analytics? Get a new coach who's hungry, like Uzo, right? He's hungry at Richmond. He's happy to rebuild them.
Well,
John Longmire at 58 years old, 57, like he doesn't want to do this again. Start from zero. No
we
chance.
had the opportunity and we squandered it, to be honest, because we tried to appoint 2 coaches for one job, Adam Kingsley and Michael Voss. And then I'm not going to go back to around those circles again, but that was the one. That was the one. Mate, so, yeah, I feel
look what happened at Brisbane with Vossi. Look what happened with Brisbane and Vossi when he was there. They all went that way. Doherty, Elliot Yeo, Dane, but mate, they all left. They just crisp.
I fear for him next year, because if it gets ugly real quick, and the fans don't have patience anymore. And
But
so
nor
be
should
it.
they, Mars.
No. And this is what I'm
Exactly.
saying is that, and so be it. You can't have. We've had patience for how many years? Let's just say 25 years, right? Because out of I know it's been 30 years, but we're still competing in and around. Let's say 25.
Yeah, 99
years.
playing the grand final. Yeah, 25 years.
So let's say 25 years. We've had a lot of patience with a team that's a powerhouse team. We sell the merch. I don't know if we can attract the big names anymore at the moment. It looks like it's hard at the moment. I don't think so. No, there's no one wanting to come. Like maybe there is, but we're going to have to put things in step to get there. But if it gets ugly next year early, it's going to get ugly real quick, and the fans are going to jump off again, as we've seen for the past this year was pathetic. Like it was actually sad going to the footy and looking at the last 3 home games, and there was just no one there, no atmosphere.
No one there, right? So my point is, it's going to cost the club more than what it is to pay him out.
Yeah,
they're losing millions,
but
no revenue, no merchandise. No, come on.
But who do you replace? My question is back to you. Who do you replace him with? I know there's always coaches. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
A new fresh coach. Someone that's never coached before. And there's plenty of them. There's Jan Siracusa, there's Tim Kelly, there's so many of them. There's the guy at St Kilda, what's his name? Corey Emright. Like there's so many of them that would jump at the chance to coach their own team,
Yeah, that bemused me how he lasted this year. It actually, I was flabbergasted as to how he got past the mid-year. After he got past mid-year, I knew they weren't going to sack him, and they made their bet and they lied.
That's what I thought they were going to pull the trigger in the bye round or something, But
into 20, so say with 2026, right? I hate forecasting this far because we haven't even kicked the footy for the 2026 season yet. We haven't even hit pre-season yet. They haven't even hit the track, right?
Nothing. They haven't even made the Sherrins yet. They're still getting made as we speak.
Right. So do you think I'm as a belief, right, that next year is a holding pattern type of year that we could finish as high as an absolute ceiling is 7th, right? Absolute ceiling. If everything goes right. I'm just saying everything goes right. No injuries,
all right.
Playing good football. Just 7th. Just putting 7th. I'm not going any further than that. I might even say 8th, right? But let's just say 7th and absolutely bottoming out at 14th.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's where I think, right? But I think that we'll finish anywhere in between there. I think that, and as Mars Heyman, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler. Hey.
I love it.
You said something different today, which was interesting.
Don't ruin it for me. I'm going to watch it after this. Don't ruin it.
Come on, Mars. What is this? It's 9 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night. Watch it on your phone, mate. It's 2025.
No, I watch it with my fiance. I've got her into the WWE, so she loves it. If I watch it without her, mate, I'm a dead man, mate. I'm a dead man. I'm buried, mate.
Okay.
Unlike Michael Voss, I'd be gone.
I understand. Apologies.
I'm as of the belief that I think next year is a holding pattern year. Now I think we're probably going to win like 7 to 8, 9 games. That's what I think. Because with what we've gone out and what we've brought in, I just don't think we move anywhere higher. I don't think we go higher.
No,
maybe we might not.
I agree.
I'm happy to be proven wrong, right?
Yeah.
What do you think 2026 looks like? I'm not going to make you like forecast and like put your money on it, but just give us your roundabouts to end it off.
I would say anywhere from 10th to 16th.
Okay.
Honestly, because I mean, you have a look at it, right? Like, it's not about where we're going to finish. It's about the teams that are going to pass us, right? So Sydney are going to look to make finals, right?
Yeah.
The Bulldogs didn't make finals. Yeah, Bulldogs didn't get better, but they've still got Darcy and they've still got all the good players and Bontempelli and Croft and all these kids, right? They're going to be right up there, top 10, right? So where do we fit in? We don't even fit in, Like, I can't see too many that played finals this year not playing finals again next year. Yeah. Fremantle's the only one. St Kilda are going to pass us just because of the sheer numbers that they got, right?
Yeah.
they've got some good players. They got Liam Ryan and the guy that we probably should have got, Sam Flanders. Not for $900,000, but you know what I mean.
You like Sam Flanders? I don't think he's anything special. Not pick 7.
No, he's a good player,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
As I'd like to put it, he's a jobber, like in the WWE at the back. I think he's a jobber.
He's a mid carder. I'd say he's a mid carder.
He's a mid carder. Is he better than Penta? I don't think so.
Penta's mid to Penta. Yeah,
I like Penta. I love Penta.
Not a fan.
But I'm not. I don't subscribe to Flanders. Like for pick 7, that's big and big money too. Whoa. But yeah,
I think it's more the money. Like that's the pick that they had. You know what I mean? It could have been 7, 9, 11. They would have done the deal. But I think it's the money with Flanders. Like $900,000. He's not $100,000 player. But then again, neither's Jack Steele, right? They got rid of him, so I just wanted to touch on so with Carlton, we really need to be finishing bottom 4 next year. We need that pick for Cody Walker next year.
Well,
he's going to be top 5. They're going to, mate. I'll tell you, teams they're going to hammer us. They're going to pick him at number 1 or 2, and we have to match it with one of our first 2 picks.
Well, we've got 2. Well, we'll have 2 first rounders next year. I don't think we're going to finish anywhere high anyway. So, look, I hope I'm wrong. I genuinely hope I am wrong. Right? So
do I.
But I've been positive in this offseason. I don't think I've been pessimistic.
No, you've been good.
To be honest. So usually I'm the most pessimistic type. I think we've needed this change. You know what it is? I think from your point of view is that you've seen how good we were. You've seen all these massive players, right, that have played for Carlton, and watching two of your top 6 players go, and probably your number 1 asset go, right?
Yeah.
And not getting anything back in return that can replenish that. It's fucking hard. It's hard to see.
It's hard to see.
How do you get better? And with Michael Voss at the helm, how does he get better? Yes, we've swiped the whole coaching department, which Graeme Wright. If Graeme Wright would have gotten rid of everyone, I'm as of the belief that he would have done it.
He would have?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, coach down everyone. He would have gotten rid of everyone. He got.
But doesn't that in that what you just said? Doesn't that that's where the problem lies at Carlton? Why didn't he? Why isn't he given the power to do so?
Well, I mean, you're going to be paying out a lot of people.
What? Because the people on the board, Craig Williams of the world, don't think so. Yeah, I know, but my point is, like, we need to get better. He's not doing it because he wants to. He's not an Eric Bischoff that just gets a checkbook out, right?
Yeah.
He just wants to make us better. And mate, he did it at Collingwood. Yeah, we'll pay half his wage, Jaden Stevenson. Not playing VFL. Adam Treloar's, in his last leagues. Brady Grundy. He had one good season since they got rid of him at Collingwood. That was 5 years ago. It's like, he knows what he's doing. Give him the reins.
Well, I think he's got the reins. I think he's got to do it slowly. I think he can't, how many people has he gotten rid of, extinguished from this club? I'm saying, there's a minimum 12 or 13 in the off season. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot.
Coaching,
I agree.
I think he started at the coaching ranks, and he's basically disbanded the coaching ranks. I think he wanted to get rid of Voss. He couldn't do it. I don't think that his hands are tied. I just think he couldn't find anyone for the job yet. Maybe he's positioning himself or posturing himself as somebody this year. And that's why I think it's a holding pattern.
So let me ask you something. How did Melbourne go and get Stephen King, right?
Yeah.
From Geelong, the IP he's taken from Geelong. Like, mate, that's a good move. I don't know how well he's going to do, but he's a first-time coach. I don't count Gold Coast, him coaching for 8 rounds or whatever. Don't really count that. But, I'm not saying we should have got Stephen King, but my point is that Melbourne are probably in a worse situation than us.
Nice.
And they sacked a premiership coach.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a long-termer. This is going to be into 27, 28. So I don't think we'll see the fruits for a while, to be honest. I know you're going to have to hold on.
So you're saying I shouldn't burn the Graeme Wright picture just yet?
Not yet.
Hold back
on that? The Purge number 2 is coming next season. He's already done number 1. Purge 2 is coming next season, the end of September.
As long as it's led by Hack Williams, I'm happy, mate.
He won't be getting a contract next year, 100% not. And I think that, and I've said this before, and I haven't said this to you though, that the 17 out of contracted players this year and then the 18 next year, I think he thought beautiful, licking his lips. I can get into this list with whoever list managers brings across Chris Davies, and then you've got Nick Austin, who I thought's done well. I mean, when you lose Charlie, it's hard, it's so hard to replace.
But all right, I thought he did well with the cards he was dealt, right?
Yeah,
but he dealt those cards. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, how did we lose the Coning? Look, you're the list manager, mate. Sign him up 2 years ago.
Well, the Conning was
free
free
agent.
Potential,
you know what I mean?
He was a free agent. I mean, what can you do?
No, I'm not talking. But why are we waiting until they become free agents to sign them? You know.
Well, we put the contract down in front of him at the start of the year, and he didn't want to sign it.
Yeah, but that's too late. Do it the year before.
That's what I'm saying to you, mate. Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Well, starting him on the bench in the final probably didn't help. Let's be honest.
Oh, probably not. But he was injured, wasn't he? He was injured.
He's still better than pitting it on one leg. Let me tell you. And
but
just remember, everyone out there, just remember where Matthew Kennedy's playing his football.
The Bulldogs.
How handy would he be now?
Yeah, I know it is, but it is what it is now. You reap what you sow. You can only sleep in the bed that you lie in. You can't sleep in someone else's bed unless you're cheating on someone like fucking Charlie Curnow or Tom de Koning or Jack Silvani. The Rat Pack, I've called them. Enough. Watch out for the T-shirt that I've got ready. Well.
The Rat Pack. Have you seen the picture of them three together? How ironic is that, eh? There's a picture of...
It's just sickening, isn't it? Andy. What an off season we've got. I'm sure we'll be making a few more videos like this. There's always something to talk about in the Carlton sphere, isn't there?
Always, mate.
If you haven't checked out Andy and the Ankle Sore Podcast, the Ankle Sore Podcast or the AFL Podcast, is it right? Yeah, the Ankle Sore Podcast.
Sore AFL Podcast. Whatever, you'll find it. Type in AFL Ankle Sore.
I'm sure you'll see his head beautifly presented to you in one of those previews. Yeah. Oh, they're glistening with the oil on top like Chris Judd, right?
It's like Milhana.
Milhana. But yeah, make sure you get across. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you like all his contacts, all of his content and their content. You've got the Club Corners, which is great viewing. You can always get a nice proper 7 minutes slate out of Andy on Carlton if he's not happy. He hasn't been too happy as of late, hasn't he? But no, this is a great discussion. I thought we'd open up because a lot of people see you in a 7 minute type of spectrum. I want to get you in a longer form just a one-on-one, get your honest opinions and just extrapolate what you said as well. I think it's been
because as you know, Mars, like when you're on your own, it's hard to sort of make your point. It's good when you're having a back and forth with someone. So, doing an hour on here with you's been great. You can get, you can have a nice discussion and cut right down to the, to the roots of what I'm trying to say. About
I love this one. So, Petra Khan, I am heading out for some chicken nuggets. Make sure you go watch the video of the 100 Nugget Challenge. Mate, you would have been spewing up. You would have been spewing up.
No, funnily enough, right? Yeah. I was going to say, I wasn't spewing up. Like, I felt full to couldn't eat for the next day, but my head was like it was going to explode. That's all the sodium was just like
all the sugar and sodium. I did a 60 nugget challenge once when I was when I was a behemoth. I still am, right? But when I was a big behemoth, right,
how'd you go?
Did 60 nuggets in 12 minutes.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I just put them in my mouth and ate. It was
mate, when I got to 40, I started to struggle. Like they tasted like cardboard after a while. Honestly.
And make sure, Stefan in Cantalupo, we've got the invoices ready for Charlie Curnow. Make sure you pay your bills. Just pay your bills. Chicken nuggets. Fuck, I'm ordering some. Fuck you, Petra Khan. I love it. The chat, I could have put it on all night, but I didn't want to go off the chat all night because I just wanted to get a to and fro, a bit of back and forth between us.
Yeah, no worries.
I know people love you, and I know people don't like your opinion. So this is why.
Don't know about that, Mars.
What?
about that,
a lot
mate.
of people like you, mate. A lot of people agree with you. Don't ever subscribe.
Yeah, I've got a
people
lot of
not
knockers too. Don't worry. But that's
That's
fine.
right.
You can't please
Oi.
everyone.
Oi,
I'm going to
Shane,
use one
there's
of your lines. The internet is undefeated.
It's undefeated,
That's
mate.
your line,
you
mate.
can't beat the internet.
That's your line.
You can't beat it, mate. I've got a large line behind me. I had people at the start of the year wishing I had cancer, mate, and hoping I died of cancer. Yeah.
Nah, come on.
If we bring
Cut
that
it
up,
out,
we'll
people.
go for another hour, but we'll leave it there.
Oh,
but
mate. We'll
again, in 15 minutes, there is Unfiltered with Rocco and Andy. Atush is on from only Carlton, and they've got another young tacker. They'll be tackling the social media issues as well. I call them doom scrollers, the brain rot kids of today. They can't listen to more than 5 minutes of this. Genuinely, you give them 30 seconds. Nah, I don't like this. I think long form content needs to make a comeback.
TikTok. That's all.
Oh my God.
That's what they do.
Not boring. Not boring. Oh my God. Look at that.
Boring.
It's softcore porn and just brain rot. But not that I have any of it because I can't stand it. But yeah, make sure you drop a like on this. There was 180 of you live tonight. If you're watching after,
awesome.
Make sure you smack the like. Smack the like. If you disagree with us or dislike our skulls, I'm
let us know.
Getting there. Mate, let us know. Dislike it. I don't care. I like it. I like everything. Everyone's criticism. I love everything. I love all haters. I love people that like us, love us. No homo.
Absolutely.
Keep it that way because I got a missus. But yeah, Andy, been a fucking pleasure. Glory Hunters tomorrow night. If you're a follower of the EPL, Arsenal still on top, 3 points on top. Suck eggs to everybody. I'm gonna be a handful tomorrow night because I can't wait to give it to the Liverpool fans. So yeah, make sure you check out that. Stay on. Another 14 minutes unfiltered. Mate, I'm telling you, it's going to be a great chat. I'm going to go off, watch Raw. Andy, if you want to plug yourself again, please go away and do it. If you want to, give yourself another plug.
Mate, you've given us a great plug. Ankle Sore Podcast. Go and watch some of our videos. We've done quite a few docos in the last probably 6 months. We've got a few more shows in the off season, so keep an eye out for them. I'm not going to say anything, but there's some bloody good content coming, I think. Okay. Anyway.
Beautiful. I love it. Everyone in the chat, we'll love you and leave you again. I love these chats. I don't know why. I just love it. I always hated the camera, but, I love these chats. I love talking to people like you. I think the Carlton community is undefeated, to be honest.
That's true. That's true.
So,
it's
Baggers
not like our football club.
100%. Check out Baggers Unfiltered as well, the two young tackers. Hopefully they're not going to be taken off due to this digital ID crap. But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Stay on. 10 minutes unfiltered. Go and check it out. Thanks, Andy. Legend.